Hi, this is Sal Macaluso, and we've had a lot of inquiries about how you would change the markup of a collection on your website after it's been uploaded to your website. So I want to give you a quick tutorial on how to do that so you can make sure that you are meeting the manufacturer's requirements or doing what you want to do as far as a price on your website. So what you would do is you would make that change in Manage Products. Now, if you've created a subscription, it's very easy to do. You're going to come in here and create a new conversion calculation for that subscription. Now, just disregard the names of the collections that are here, but let's assume this is a collection that's a 2.3 markup. If you have a subscription created already, it'll be here in this list. If you don't, you're going to find it under previous uploads if you uploaded the collection. In either case, you're going to click Edit. Now, if it hasn't had a subscription created for it, you're going to create the subscription by changing it to recurring. Again, you could watch the video on your admin homepage about the subscriptions, or you can click the link on the admin homepage for instructional videos. You'll find it there as well. That shows you how to do the subscriptions. We strongly recommend that you do them because it'll perpetually keep your collections updated with the most current information. But now we're editing the subscription. You'll see there's this section here where it gives you options of what you're going to do with the pricing. So you have options for uploading prices, yes or no, and available for e-commerce, yes or no. So let's say you want to show a price, but you don't want to make it available for e-commerce. Again, if you want to show a price but don't want to make it available for e-commerce, you would upload prices, yes, available for e-commerce, no. If you want to upload prices and make it available for e-commerce, then you would do this. Now, if you make something not available for e-commerce and show the price, what's going to happen is it's not going to have an Add to Cart button, but the price will show there. So you can reflect the price that you have in your store, for example, on that item, as long as the manufacturer allows you to do that, even though you're not taking a price, maybe because you're not allowed to or because you don't want to. Now, if you don't upload prices, regardless of whether you show available for e-commerce here or not, it's not going to show available for e-commerce. It'll never show available for e-commerce if you don't show a price. Okay, now here's where we need to discuss what you're going to do as far as converting an MSRP that's a 2.3 to a 2.0. So what you need to do, now obviously if it's 2.3, 1 times MSRP is going to be that 2.3 markup. So the MSRP is 2.3. Let's say it's $500. It's going to multiply it times 1. The price that's going to show on your website is $500. But let's say you want to convert that to a 2.0 markup. So what you want to do is you need to get the percentage or the ratio of what that 2.1 is compared to that 2.3. And the easiest way to do that is just to divide the number that you want it to be, 2.0, by the number that it currently is, 2.3. So again, you're finding the ratio of what percentage of 2.3 is 2.0. So when you divide those two numbers, you're going to come up with this long decimal. You should make it at least 15 characters long just to be safe. If it has all zeros at the end, it doesn't matter, but as long as it goes up to 15 characters, which is very easy to do in an Excel spreadsheet, you just do the division, and then you're going to copy that, and you're going to put it in to this first box. So what you're doing is you're multiplying the 2.3 markup amount times this number, and that will convert the retail price to the 2.0 markup. Okay, now of course this is not a real subscription, but you should always have a collection selected here, not really a category as it shows here. You should make sure you have a size chart. Again, review the things about subscriptions, and then it's very, very important, you're going to put apply retroactive updates. Now remember, see it says over here, you made changes in collection subscription settings for this master. So that's what it's saying. So you made changes, you're changing the MSRP, or the retail price that's going to show on your price, and you click submit, and in a few minutes the prices will all be adjusted on that collection from what was on the database at 2.3 to 2.0. Now you may ask, how do you do it the other way? And again, I just wanted to review. If you wanted to do a 2.1 markup, then you would just divide 2.1 by 2.3. If you want to do a 2.2 markup, you would divide 2.2 by 2.3. And you see, it's giving you a decimal that you would then enter as the amount to multiply times the MSRP that's on the database, and it will convert that. Okay, so now when you want to do it the other way around, let's say we have a 2.0 markup and you want to make it a 2.3 markup, well then you can do exactly the opposite. You're going to divide 2.3 by 2.0, and you'll see it's 1.15. Now, of course, here you don't have to put all those zeros in. So when you multiply a 2.0 Keystone markup times 1.15, it's going to then add that amount so that it would be actually that additional markup that you want to 2.3. Okay? Now, if you're not doing the subscription, you're going to do the same thing to get the number, the percentage, that ratio that you're going to get, but you would do it here. You would go into Manage Products. You would find the collection that you want to make the change to. Now, of course, it would be a collection name, Sherry Hill, La Femme, whoever it is, and you're going to click Submit. And all the styles for that collection will show here. It'll filter that particular collection out. And then you're going to click Apply Settings to All Products in this category. So here it gives you the option to do your conversion calculator here. And you're going to see it has MSRP. This would be where you would put in the amount, that ratio. You're going to scroll to the bottom, and you're going to click Submit. And again, it'll change it there as well. And the other thing you need to know is how to turn eCommerce off from this Apply Settings to All screen. And the way you would do that, as it explains right here, and hopefully you've been doing this in the past already, is you would make sure that you have these boxes checked correctly so that the price will show if you want the price to show. Now obviously the price is going to show if you're going to put an MSRP price that you just converted or whatever, and then you want the price to show, but you do not want it to be available for e-commerce. You do not want it to have an add to cart button. And as it says right here, the way to do that is to check just this one box. So if you want it to be available for e-commerce, that's the default setting. You don't have to do anything. But if you had changed it and you want to make it available for e-commerce, you need to check both boxes. As long as you don't check anything on this box on the left, it's not going to do anything. But checking this box on the left tells the program that you want to do something about available for e-commerce. If you want e-commerce to be on, you check this box. If you want e-commerce to be off, you do not check the box. And so checking this box and leaving this box unchecked, scrolling to the bottom and clicking Submit will leave the price on your website, but it will take the Add to Cart button off. Now also, it's very, very important that if you're turning e-commerce off on a particular style, that you have something in your e-commerce off box. Now that's this box right here, where you, even though you have e-commerce on, because on other styles you do want to accept e-commerce orders, anything that has e-commerce off on a particular style or on a particular collection, the customer will see whatever you type into this box next to each style. So you would want to type something like, for information about purchasing this style, etc., you would give your phone number and you would let them know that what they have to do to contact you to buy that dress or to order that dress. You may want to have them call you during store hours, or you may want to have your registration form linked in that box. So if you want to put this registration form, you can read the instructions here. It gives you the instructions in this help button, but you're basically going to copy this HTML, which will have a link to your registration form. So if you copy this and you put this in your general settings, you can say something like, you see it says registration form here. That's the text that's going to show. So if you type something like use our registration form, again make sure you have a space here and then a space at the end, use our registration form, this is what's going to show, to submit an inquiry about this style. And if you wanted it to say something other than registration form, so let's say you want to say click here to submit an inquiry, you would just change the text inside this HTML and change it to click here. Now you could always, once you scroll down to this section and submit it, you could always check the styles on your website that have e-commerce off to see if you did that correctly and make sure it works. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, you know we're always available to you. You can submit a support ticket, call us, email us. We want to make sure that you have your collection set up appropriately and in compliance with the manufacturer's policies, and that you know that you have the latitude to make these changes very easily on your website as things change. So I hope you find this helpful. And like I said, if you had any questions, just give us a call. Thank you.